My story begins with a loud smack. I was about 3 years old, and my mom was getting beat by my father. She got beat constantly by my father, and I witnessed it a lot of times. This time I woke up and walked into the living room while he was choking her and throwing her all across the room. This time he threw her and knocked me over, and I ran quickly to my room and slid under the bed while he completely beat her for another hour. I didn't see my mom for 2 weeks, 2 weeks after that. She was in the hospital. Years later, she decided that she was going to leave and then asked me would I want to go with him. I said, no, no way. So now we had to move out the house that he was trying to burn down after we left. We moved across the way into another neighborhood, and now we got to walk into a bad neighborhood just to get to school. The second day of school, we got caught in the alley and some dudes tried to rape my two older sisters. Luckily, we had some friends in the neighborhood and a parent came out and stopped it. But I swore then that I was going to protect my family. I was going to do whatever I could to protect my family. And so I knew a friend because my father ran the Black Gangster Disciples. He started it with his cousin, Larry Hoover. And so I joined the same gang I swore that I wouldn't be in because of my father. They gave me a gun. There's two ways of getting initiated in the Black Gangster Disciples. One, you had to commit a violent crime. Two, you have to get beat by 12 other guys. They gave me a gun, and a friend of mine went to go shoot someone because I had to kill someone. They got to pick out who it was. I walked up to this guy that they pointed out, had the gun to his face. I had 5 other guys behind me telling me to shoot him, and I couldn't. The guy came behind me, put a gun in his face, and shot him right in the face in front, right there. I didn't protect him. I'm 11 years old. School was my escape. But for an African American kid, I was told that I'd never be anything but a killer. I was smart. I wanted to be somebody. But I had to be what they wanted me to be just so I could survive. And every time I wouldn't kill no one, I got beat by the same people who told me they loved me, who told me they was my family. How do you deal with that? So I needed to get somebody to protect my back. So I got my best friend, Micey, with me. I said, Micey, join the game. And he did. We got jumped in together. Now I was selling drugs, not making any money, only making money for somebody else. And the only thing fun to do in Chicago at that time was to ride on the L's. So that's what we did. We rode on the L's and we went too far one time. We went into another gang's neighborhood and they thought we was there to do a hit. And so as we're getting off the train to try to get back on the other one to go back the other way, we got stopped by another gang. Before we can get our guns out, they had us at gunpoint. They asked us what we were doing in their neighborhood. As a loudmouth kid that I was, I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. My friend Micey spoke for me. It's none of y'all business. And he used a couple other words. They hit us both with the guns, pistol whip us, and said again, "What are y'all doing in this neighborhood?" Again, I couldn't say anything. But Micey did. And they took him to the edge of the track. And as the train come, they pushed him in front of it. My best friend died, ripped apart in front of my eyes. I knew then that I was next. Guys, I don't know what happened. They let me go. There's no way they should let me go. I just witnessed them kill one of my partners. By gang law, I got to come and retaliate with other people. Lord knows, I didn't even know how I even got home, walking 13 blacks dressed in all blue in an all red neighborhood. As I went home, went into the room, got in a fetal position in a corner. Police came. My best friend's mom came, "Where's my son?" I couldn't say anything because if I did, I would be killed by my own gang. They left. I thought that was it. That same night, police came over again. The girl downstairs that my sister's was over her house, got raped and killed by her uncle. My mom said, "That's it, we're leaving." We left in the middle of the night and moved to Dowagiac, Michigan. I thought it was a new start for me. Nobody knows me. I can be a kid again. I'm 13 years old now. When I got there, I didn't know what to expect. I walked into a school that was dealing with a race war. The blacks was against the whites. And I wasn't liked by the white kids, and I also wasn't liked by the black kids. You know why? Because my mom's new boyfriend is a deputy sheriff. So now I'm not accepted by anyone. And now me and my two older sisters are getting jumped every day. The only thing that saved me for a little bit was breakdancing. I did a couple commercials. Y'all know Sinbad. He was playing basketball. He said, "Boy, you good. You need to come to Star Church with me." I practiced so hard, I broke my arm and missed the tryouts. He won Star Search. Football saved me. A sport that I can play with all this anger and hurt people and not get in trouble. So I started playing football, but at the same time, I was selling and smoking. I was living two separate lives. This sports guy and this drug guy. And the streets had a hold on me. The streets made me feel safe. I lost all my scholarships, and my two sisters came over and said, "Hey, we're gonna come get you this weekend. Why don't you come, let us take you and let us help you. You can go to college, you can be somebody, you can be the first person in our family to go to college and be something." So I said, okay. It's a Friday night, I'm sitting at the table, and I'm waiting for my sisters, and a knock is at the door. It's the police. I hear a scream that come out my mom. My sisters died in a car accident, coming to get me. One of them was 9 months pregnant. The next morning, I'm sitting on the porch, and all of these pastors and these preachers are coming to the house. No one, absolutely no one, said anything to the kid that's sitting on the front porch blaming himself for now 3 deaths. That began my anger. I hated people, I hated God, and I hated anyone that believed in anything, because every single thing I tried to attempt has failed. I'm broken now. So I was never a good boyfriend. I was never a good husband. I was never a good father. I'm in a room with my wife, and she has caught me cheating so many times, and she was done. The only person that ever loved me was now done with me, because I could not feel the love that she had for me, because I was always taught never to love and never to trust anyone. She told me she was going to leave me. I said, no, you're not. She said, I'm done. I'm tired of the beating. I'm tired of the cheating. I don't know what's wrong with you. I pulled out a knife. I put it to her and said, if you leave me, I'll kill you. When that didn't work, I said, I'll kill myself. She said, I'm done. I said, okay. I had her in the basement for 12 hours. When she said I was done that last time, I knew I had lost the only person that gave a damn about me. So I got in my car and I drove down James Street. I seen a semi coming. And I said, I'm done with this life. I need help. Will somebody help me? Will somebody help me?